Umayanatimidandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya. Oh, Didi, could you make me a co-host also so I can share the screen? Umayanatimidandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militanjena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So we are continuing with our reading, discussion of Śaraṇāgati, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songbook. And we have reached the section, acceptance of the favorable, which is very hopeful, right? We got through rejection of the unfavorable, which is a little more uncomfortable. And now we get to focus on the positive. And we went through the first song of that section last week. Anukul Yatmika is how it is titled. Anukul, what is favorable. So we went through the first song of that section last week, and now we'll go on to the second. And we'll listen to that recording here. So it's song 30 within the book.
গোদ্রুম ধামে ভজন অনুকূলে
গোদ্রুম ধামে ভজন অনুকূলে
মাতৃশ্রী নন্দীশ্বর সমতুলে.
Is this sound okay? I think I forgot to share sound, but it's okay. Okay, I'm getting thumbs up.
মহিমা সুর বিকুঞ্জ কুটিরে
মহিমা সুর বিকুঞ্জ কুটিরে
বৈঠক হাম সুর তটনে তীরে
বৈঠক হাম
ভক্ত প্রিয় দেশ দাদানা
ভক্ত প্রিয় দেশ দাদানা
তিলক তুলসী মালা শোভা মানা
তিলক তুলসী
চম্পক বকুল কদম্ব তমালা রূপত নিরবিম কুঞ্জ বিশাল
রূপত নিরবিম কুঞ্জ বিশাল
মাধবী মালতী উঠাবতাহে
মাধবী মালতী উঠাবতাহে
ছায়া মণ্ডপ পূর্বিত হিমায়ে
ছায়া মণ্ডপ পূর্ব তহিমায়ে
রূপপুতত্র কুসুম বনরাজি
রূপপুতত্র কুসুম বনরাজি
জ্যোতি জাতি মল্লি বিরাজ জব সাজি
জ্যোতি জাতি মল্লি বিরাজ সব সাজি
মঞ্চে বসাও তুলসী মহারানী
মঞ্চে বসাও তুলসী মহারানী
কীর্তন সজ্জ তৈ রাখব আনি
কীর্তন সজ্জ তৈ রাখবি
বৈষ্ণব জন সহ গাও নামা
বৈষ্ণব জন সহ গাও গুণাম
জয় গুজরম জয় গৌরক্ষী ধাম
জয় জয় শিব জয় গৌর ধাম
পতি বিনোদ ভক্তি অনুকূলা
ভক্তি বিনোদ ভক্তি অনুকূলা
গায়ে কুঞ্জ মঞ্জ সুর নদী কূলা
জয় কুঞ্জ চূর নদী কূলা।
All right, well, maybe I'll just read through that. So, very beautiful song listing many things that are favorable to the service and remembrance of the Lord. I'll just read through the translation. In the abode of Godrum, which is most favorable to devotional service and non-different from Sri Nandishwar and Sri Mathura Mandal, I will reside in a small cottage in Sarabi Kunj on the bank of the Ganges, wearing tilak, a beautiful tulasi mala, and the garb most dear to Shri Gaur Sundar's devotees. So so I think most of and welcome those who have joined. We've had a few join. Julian and Axel have come. Angel, Dulal Krishna Prabhu is also here. Great to see all of you. So I think maybe not everyone in the group, but some of you are very well aware, of course, that, Navadvip, the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Sri Vrindavan Dham, the birthplace of Krishna, they are considered to be non-different, different manifestations of the same divine substance and mood. A different mood, but same quality. Different rasa, different expression of divinity, but the same profundity and depth of quality. And of course, the mood of the special quality of Navadvip is the mood of magnanimity, distribution, generosity. And so that is why in our line, we put more emphasis on Navadvip. Navadvip is the entrance. We cannot directly go to Vrindavan or the Leela, Radha and Krishna, but we are going through Navadvip, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. And Navadvip, literally Navadvip means 9 islands, right? And so this is the spiritual vision of Navadvip is like a lotus flower with 8 petals. There's the core, that is the island of Mayapur, the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then 8 petals. So Godruma Dweep, Godrum, literally it means like cow tree. There's a pastime here related with the Sarabi cow, the cow of Indradev, Lord Indra, the god of rain. So Godruma Dweep, this is one of these 9 islands of Navadvip. And it is also the place that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur chose to spend his final days. So it's quite beautiful actually. In this, in this Śaraṇāgati songbook, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's giving instructions and, sharing various points regarding the aspiration of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. But there's also a lot of personal content. There's a personal element there, where he's sharing his own heart, sharing his personal experience and personal relationship, right? And personal path of advancement, which is very beautiful. I mean, it feels like a privilege that we are hearing this. So this Godrumadvip, which was chosen by Bhaktivinoda as his place of residence, he's describing that here. And another special point about this Godrumadvip, this particular island, which we visit when we do the Navadvip Dham Parikrama, is that it was in this part of Navadvip that Nityananda Prabhu first began spreading the Sankirtan movement. When Mahaprabhu sent this was a little later, but after Mahaprabhu had taken sannyas and Mahaprabhu was living in Puri, and then there was this shift in his Leela that took place. And at that time, he kind of dismissed Nityananda Prabhu. He was no longer needed, in a sense, in his pastimes. And so he sent him back to Bengal to spread to spread with full energy. And it was in this island of Godrumadvip that Nityananda Prabhu first broke out, you could say, with this powerful Sankirtan movement. And this is described in one of our songs, Nadia Godrume, that song. How does it go? Nadia Godrume, I can't remember, Nityananda Mahajan. Yeah, and so, as I was saying at the beginning, Navadvip and Vrindavan are non-different. And so every part of Navadvip has a corresponding part in Vrindavan. And so here, Bhaktivinoda is revealing that this island of Godrumadvip, which we've been discussing, is correlated with this area called Sri Nandishvar, a place connected with Krishna's pastimes in Mathura Mandal. And so he's describing, this environment of his service. He's describing his beautiful devotional dress of tila, tulasi mala. It's a beautiful meditation, isn't it? And the garb, the clothing, most dear to Shri Gaura Sundar's devotees. This is something that doesn't cease to capture my heart. You know, this point that in the practice of bhakti, in the practice of devotion, Vaishnavism, there may be many things that are done which appear the same as within other lineages and other ideologies, but the difference is that it's done with affection, right? What I mean to say is things that may be considered ritualistic, religious activity, they're done in a different spirit in Vaishnavism. So, for example, wearing religious dress, right? Or wearing your spiritual uniform, that may be seen as like boring or annoying or constricting, repressive in some way, right? Oh, when I go to the temple or I go to the church, I'm supposed to dress a certain way, right? That can be seen as something oppressive. But what is the vision here of Bhaktivinoda Thakur? This clothing is dear to Mahaprabhu and his devotees. It's pleasing to them. They like this dress, right? It's really like as simple as that. Why do I wear Tulasi beads, Tulasi mala? Because Krishna likes Tulasi. That was the way our Gurudev explained it once. Krishna likes Tulasi. So we wear Tulasi to make him happy. Why does it need to be so complicated? Or why does it have to feel like some religious ritual, right? So there's this spirit of affection. And another one which I like, another example of this which I like very much, it's in, actually, I think it's in the next song. It's in this section, it's coming up, Shuddha Bhakata. That's one of the more well-known songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he mentions this practice of parikrama, or pilgrimage, or religious pilgrimage, circumambulation. This is often seen and carried out, practice as a ritual, as a religious ritual that you may do in a mechanical kind of way, because it's a good thing to do, or because you're going to get some good points for it, right? But how does Bhaktivinoda Thakur describe it there? Gaura Amar Jesha Bastane. He's saying that, how does the line go exactly? He says, all those places that he says, my Gauranga. There's this sweet personal aspect. All those places that my Gauranga went to, I will go there in the loving company of the devotees. He says something like that. Just like you're going to a place where your friend, your beloved friend grew up. Oh, how wonderful. This is where they went to drink coffee. This is where they went to the cinema, right? As a mundane counterpart, right? In the same way, this is where my beloved Gaura, my beloved Mahaprabhu was born. This is where he would do kirtan. This is where he would have picnics with his friends, right? And it is all done in a spirit of love and affection. So that's something that we want to remember. And it's something that our Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, used to emphasize, that everything we do, we want to do with a spirit of love and affection. Our practice, oh, it is a Kadashi, I have to fast from grains, how annoying. We don't want that type of mood, but oh, how wonderful, I have this opportunity to give more attention for my spiritual life, to show my dedication, give more energy to pleasing Krishna, the Vaishnavas. We want to try and see everything with a positive and affectionate spirit. So this is very nice, the garb most dear to Shri Gaura Sundar's devotees. Just looking at the Bengali, Gaura Bhakta Priya Vesh. Vesh is cloth or clothing. Priya is dear, beloved. You'll see that word come up. So the and it's also interesting, isn't it? I mean, there's so many layers. Like we could just spend all day talking about one verse, right? Like there's so, I mean, like this is also very sweet. He doesn't even say like the clothing that Mahaprabhu likes, but he says the clothing that the devotees of Mahaprabhu like. That's like showing this deeper mood of love, right? It's not only that you love the Lord, but you love everyone who's connected with him, and you want to please them too. You're part of this beautiful family, right? So very sweet sentiment being expressed here. We'll just look here in the comments of Srila Sridhar Maharaj. So Sarabi Kunj, a kunja refers usually to a forest grove. And there's a lot of connotation in you know, in Vaishnava writing, you know, like a place of intimate or special exclusive service. And so Sarabi Kunja, it's this area in Gojumadweep that's associated with this, I was mentioning this sacred cow, Sarabi. There was this special pastime with her, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj is mentioning the place where Markandeya Muni obtains the mercy of Sri Gora. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur made a bhajan kutir here. So this was there were two places in the island of Gojumadi where Bhaktivinoda Thakur stayed. And the first was this Sarabi Kunja. And there's now a temple there, a Gaudiya Math, which is, you know, being maintained to this day. And then so Bhaktivinoda Thakur stayed there first. And interestingly, another interesting point is that's the place where Bhaktivinoda first had the visions of Navadvip, Mayapur. That because remember, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is the one who discovered the exact birth, or rediscovered, you could say, the exact birthplace of Mahaprabhu, because there was dispute over it because the Ganges River is moving. It moves, changes its course over time. And so sometimes it's washing over and covering different areas and uncovering them. And so the exact spot of Mahaprabhu's birth had been lost. And it was Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he set out with that mission to rediscover that location. And in the course of his search, it was, you know, he made a lot of like empirical research with old maps and records. But he also had this vision when he was staying there in that place of Sarabi Kunj. He had this vision of this glowing golden city. And it's, as I was saying, right, it's islands. And so there's like a stretch of the Ganga River separating that island with Mayapur. And so he saw this vision of this glowing golden city in that area of Mahaprabhu's birth. So that was one of the confirmations that he had. And if you have the opportunity to go to Navadvip and visit Sarabi Kunj, there's still rooms there where they're preserving very nicely the exact room where Bhaktivinoda Thakur stayed. This would have been like late 1800s, something like that, around that time, and they're maintaining that very nicely. Let's see, we have a comment here on verse 3. Gora Bhakta Priya Vesh, garb most dear to the devotees of Sri Gauranga. This refers to the 12 marks of Gopi Chandan clay that signify the body to be a temple of the Supreme Lord. Tilak, the necklace of tulasi beads worn around the neck, and so on. So I think everyone is more or less familiar with this. Suvasini, anything you want to add at this point, or should I go on? Please jump in at any point.
But I have nothing to add. Whatever you express is so beautiful, so nice today. Please go on. Yeah.
Before you go on, can I chime in, Vishaka Didi?
Please, yeah.
We've been there on our parikram, right? We've been to go.
Yeah.
Godron Dreep and the room, and there was the cow in the glass enclosure, the gold surabi.
Right.
That's Godron Dreep. We had coconuts outside, and I remember how on the wall was framed was the schedule of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and I remember how more advanced bhakti yogis like our beloved Keshavananda and how they were reading it, and we're really impressed. And I was just like, oh, but that's insane. You know how he chanted so much and he hardly ever slept, and how he took his breaks. Do you remember that at all? The schedule was listed there, and I thought it was just inhuman, impossible.
Yeah,
How he slept like 1 hour or something, and then he
I
saw
don't remember in detail,
people.
But
Okay.
yeah, he would sleep very little. And yeah, he'd be working late into the night and in the early hours of the morning. And And yeah, I just remember that. I'm impressed by your memory. You remember so vividly though, because we went to so many places and it was your first and only visit. I'm impressed. You remember all that.
It was very memorable. I'm still drawing life from our parikram. It's
Oh,
sustaining me now.
that's beautiful to hear, Gabriela. Very nice. I can let's see, I can look it up because it's pretty well documented. Bhakti Vinod.
He saw people, and I think he had somewhat of a responsible position, which I don't recall what it was, but he had to see a lot of people.
Magistrate. Yeah, he was
Yes.
magistrate in the British government. It was
Yes.
very for a Bengali gentleman to have that position of responsibility with the British. That was not a small achievement. And he was highly regarded by the Bengali populace as well as the British government. So, yeah, he was like moving in a very high society. His best friend was nowadays perhaps not so well known, but Rabindranath Tagore. He was a Nobel Prize winner, literature prize winner. He was a Bengali, and his brother was best friend of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So he was moving at this very high level of society. Okay, so here we have 2 hours from 8 to 10 p.m. he would rest, according to this. From 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. From 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. he would write. From 4 to 4:30 a.m. rest, so 30-minute rest. From 4:30 to 7 a.m. chant japa. From 7 to 7:30 correspondence. From 7:30 to 9:30 study Shastra. Wait, I'm missing. What's happening here? How come I can't click? There we go. Where's that list? Seven 7:30 to 9:30 study Shastra, scripture. 9:30 to 10 bathe and take prasadam. So 30 minutes. And his prasadam was half a liter of milk, fruit, and 2 chapatis. Then 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. court duties. 1 to 2 p.m. refresh at home. 2 to 5 p.m. court duties. My goodness, incredible. It's very inspiring to hear this. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's also description of how some of the 6 Goswamis would live, and similar, like it mentions about Raghunath Das Goswami, he'd sleep for around 2 hours every night. Incredible, because they're tuned into a higher plane, right? They don't need the type of nourishment that we need from this mundane plane. Any other comments from anyone or questions, or should we carry on? Welcome Dana, who's also joined us. Okay, we'll carry on. So now in this next verse, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's describing, these are beautiful plants and trees. Champak, these are champak, bakul, kadamba, these are beautiful flowering plants. Let's look them up since we're having an interactive session.
I think it's Nag Champa comes from that champ flower, the incense.
Right. We had some growing in Navadvip. Very beautiful. Yeah, this is the champa. That looks like frangipani, that one there. This one is champak here. Yeah, we had some of these in Calcutta, I remember. and maybe not. I remember them being very fragrant. And let's see, what was one of the other? Kadamba was another one, I think, right? Kadamba, I think that's the one, the spherical shape. Yeah, we had one of these in Navadip, very beautiful Kadamba flower. And this flower is sometimes compared, or Mahaprabhu's divine body and ecstasy is sometimes compared to this flower, because one of the symptoms of divine ecstasy is the hairs standing on end. And of course, Mahaprabhu has this beautiful golden form. So sometimes in Vaishnava poetry, this analogy is used to depict something of the beauty of Mahaprabhu's ecstatic form.
And the spiritual name, Keli Kadamba. She got the name.
Yes, Keli Kadamba Nana. Yeah, a very special, unique name I gave. Bakul, right? Bakul is the other one. Okay, let's see. Bakul. This is the Bakul. Beautiful Bakul. So these are all flowers, dear to Krishna, dear to the devotees, dear to Mahaprabhu. And the tamal. Now the tamal tree, I don't know if it's a tree. I don't know if it flowers. I don't know, maybe Suvasini knows. I don't know. The way I see the tamal tree mentioned, it has like a very dark trunk, and it's sometimes compared to Krishna. Oh, so is it flowering?
We have that here in California. We call it the passion flower.
I was going to say those look like passiflora flowers.
That was something else. That was something else.
Oh, okay.
This is the tamal tree here. I don't think it gives flowers, does it? I'm not sure. What I always hear about, the way it's always mentioned in the writings of our Vaishnava acharyas, is that it has this very dark blackish blue trunk. And it's mentioned that sometimes Radharani in her ecstasy, she will mistake that tree trunk for Krishna, and she will go to brace the tamal tree. We hear that sometimes. But I've never heard any mention of the flowers, so I'm not sure about that. Anyhow, okay, we'll go back to the text. I will plant, so these are more flowering plants, Madhavi, Malati creepers. I will plant Madhavi and Malati creepers to climb those trees. And in the middle of the grove, I will make a shady pavilion. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Malati flower. Okay, yeah, these we see. Yeah, they're beautiful. These white ones. These are Malati, and then Madhavi. These are, I think, the type of jasmine. No, yeah, it says here jasmine. And Madhavi. Madhavi Lata. Yeah, that one I'm not familiar with. Madhavi Lata. Special. Neat. Okay, go back to the text. I will plant rows of various forest flowers there and decoratively arrange jutis, jatis, and malis. So these are different types of flowers, huh? Juti is a type of jasmine, it looks like. Jati is another type of jasmine. And mali is another type of jasmine, it looks like. Beautiful. Sounds so opulent. Natural opulence.
Boy, would it smell great there.
What did you say?
I said it would smell great there.
Yeah, it would be intoxicating.
3 or 4 kinds of jasmine.
Yeah. I think it's intoxicating. This is the opulence of Vrindavan. It is a different type of opulence, a natural opulence. I will place Tulasi Maharani on a raised platform and keep instruments for kirtan there. It's very sweet, isn't it? Like he's describing actually a very simple life, but he's describing it with so much precision and detail. Like it's simple, but there's so much profundity there. In the association, like this is the life of a Vaishnava, very simple, joyful life of devotion. In the association of devotees, I will sing the name. All glories to Gojumadweep, all glories to the abode of Sri Gauranga. Bhakti Vinod glorifies all that is favorable to devotion. All glories to the groves, the grass, and the bank of the river Ganges. Very beautiful. There's this spirit of like there's this appreciation in the Vaishnavas and scripture that you'll see for the Lord, and also for his paraphernalia, right? And everything that's connected with the Lord. And it's sometimes pointed out that Krishna is not complete without his paraphernalia. When Radharani and the Braja Gopis meet Krishna after 100 years of separation, they meet him outside of Vrindavan and they're disappointed, right? Who is Krishna outside of the forest of Vrindavan? Who's Krishna without the Jamuna River, right? All of these all of these entities, all of these beings, they all have some special service place and special contribution in the service of the Lord. And so to separate the Lord from those things is impossible and painful. So you see that sometimes, and there are other songs of Bhakti Vinod too, where he's listing all these elements that are connected. The sound of the peacock, right? The rustling of the trees. All of these things are interconnected with the pastimes of Krishna. And they're all bringing remembrance of Krishna. So all these things are reminding him. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj, in one of his talks, he was mentioning here in Navadvip, there are so many things to remind us of Mahaprabhu, and he mentioned like the banana trees, right? Just a simple thing like that. Seeing the banana trees, they're evoking, right? His feeling of devotion for Mahaprabhu. Everything is connecting with the remembrance of Mahaprabhu. Because why? All these things are favorable, right? Bhakti Anukul. They're all favorable to the devotion of the Lord, the service of the Lord. A very sweet song, beautiful meditation. Well, any more comments from anyone, or should we carry on? Suvasan, anything you'd like to add?
No, nothing to add. So beautiful, very nice, actually. Nice to go through this. Yeah. So much love they have for the Lord, and the everything connected with him everything is so dear, isn't it? So expresses this. The next song especially, actually, Suddha Bhakta.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very...
How this song, Suvasan?
It's a very happy song, this Suddha Bhakta.
Happy song, indeed. Our Gurudev liked this song very much. We traditionally sing this song on Ekadashi. And there are a few verses in here which our Gurudev would quote sometimes. Let's see, I don't know if we'll get through all of it today, but let's listen to the recording, please. see. How do I get that? Here we go. Oh, okay. This, I didn't realize this song was also in Śaraṇāgati. This Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutira. We have a recording of Srila Govindamar singing this song. And it's a very beautiful song. This is the song I was thinking of just now, where Bhakti Vinod is mentioning all these different elements in the environment of Vrindavan, which are reminding him of Krishna. So that I didn't realize it was in this songbook. So we'll come to that. And we can listen to the recording of Gurudev. Okay, so now we're on Shuddha Bhakata.
Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanaya Anukula.
Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanaya Anukula.
Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Prem Lati Karamula. Bhakata Seva Parama Siddhi Prem Lati Karamula. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanaya Anukula. Madhavati Bhakti Janani Jatane Palana Kori.
Mukti Janani Jatane Palana
Krishna Bhashati Bhashati Bali Paramaya Dare Boni.
Krishna Bhashati Bhashati Bali Paramaya Dare
Gaurayama Krishna Bhastane Karalo Brahmana Range.
Disha Prasthane Karala Brahmana
Sheshabastana Heli Goyami Pranay Bhakata Sange.
Sheshabastana Heli Goyami Pranay Bhakata Sange.
Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanaya Anukula. Idanga Padya Shunite Mano Abashara Sada Jache. Gaura Bihita Kirtana Shuni Anande Hridaya Nache.
Gora Vita Kitana Shuni Ananda Hridaya
Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajanaya Anukula. Galamurti Dekiya Mora Paramayananda Hoya. প্রসাদ সেবা করিতে হয় সকল প্রপঞ্চ যায়
প্রসাদ সেবা করিতে হয় সকল প্রপঞ্চ যায়।
দিন গৃহে ভোজন দেখি গৃহেতে গোলক ভাই
যেদিন গৃহে ভজন দেখি গৃহেতে গোলক ভাই।
চরণ সিন্ধু দেখিয়া গঙ্গা সুখ না সিংহা
চরণ সিন্ধু দেখিয়া গঙ্গা ভুবন সীমা পায়।
তুলসী দেখি হৃদয় প্রাণ মাধব তো শনি জানি
চূড়ায় তাহার পাদপদ্ম শুনি যায়।
গৌর প্রিয়া শাক সেবনে জীবন সার্থক মানি
গৌরবিন্দা সার্বশে করে জীবন সার্থক মানি।
ভক্তি কৃষ্ণ ভজনে অনুকূল পায় যা
কৃষ্ণ ভজনে অনুকূল পায় যায়।
প্রতি দিবসে পরম সুখে স্বীকার করো তাহা
প্রতি দিবসে পরম সুখে স্বীকার করে তাহা।
প্রতি দিবসে পরম সুখে স্বীকার করো তাহা
প্রতি দিবসে পরম সুখে স্বীকার করে তাহা।
জয় শুদ্ধ ভগত চরণ রেণু ভজন অনুকূলা ভকত সেবা পরম সিদ্ধি প্রেম অধিকার মূলা জয় শুদ্ধা ভকত চরণ রেণু ভজন অনুকূলা
That recording is by Manasa Krishna, one of our Australian brothers, singing with full enthusiasm. The other recordings we had, they were sung by one of our Bengali devotees.
Your volume is suddenly really super low.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I think I forgot to share sound, and so you're not hearing. You're hearing through my speakers instead of through the.
No, the recording was okay, but your voice right now seems a little faint.
Oh, really? My voice is faint?
A little.
Oh dear.
No, I can hear very clearly.
Well, when you speak, then I hear you very loud, but Vishaka is very quiet. I don't know.
Oh dear me. I don't know. Well, so Vasni, do you want to lead us in reading the translations here? And we can maybe discuss more next week. But at least we can read through the translation today.
Okay, yeah, sure. Pure devotees' food dust is favorable to devotion. Service to the devotees is the supreme fulfillment and the root of the creeper of prema. So the commentary. Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu, pure devotees' food dust. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Jada Bharat advises Rahuganaita tapasanayati na chejaya nirvapanat krihatva na chandasa naiva jalagni surye vina mahatpada rajobhishekam. O Maharaj Raghugan, regardless of whether one engages in austerities, performs worship according to scriptural guidelines, takes sannyas, follows the religious principles of household life, studies the Vedas, or worships the deities of the natural elements, one can never attain devotion without bathing in the food dust of pure devotees. Additionally, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is explained, Bhakta Pada Dhuliyara Bhakta Pada Jala Bhakta Bhukta Sesha Eitina Sadhanera Bala. The dust of the devotee's feet, the water that has washed the devotee's feet, and the devotee's food remnants, honoring these gives one strength to engage in devotional practices. So the second verse, I carefully observe the holy days related to Madhava. They are the mother of devotion. With great adoration, I embrace Krishna's abode as my own. Okay. In the company of loving devotees, I behold all the places my Gaura Sundar visited during his pastimes. My heart always begs for the opportunity to hear the sound of the mridanga. Hearing the kirtan prescribed by Sri Gaura Sundar, my heart dances with joy. Beholding the deity forms of the divine couple, I feel great joy. By honoring prasad, I overcome the entire material creation. On days when I see devotional service going on within my home, I feel that Goloka has manifested there. Seeing the Ganges, the river of nectar that emanates from the Lord's feet, my happiness has no limit. Seeing Tulasi Devi relieves my heart, for I know she is pleasing to Madhava. By honoring Shak, a favorite of Sri Gaura Sundar, I consider my life successful. So, commentary, Gaura Priya Shaka. Shak, a favorite of Sri Gaura Sundar.
And for those who don't know, shak is like a leafy green, like a type of spinach. And there are different varieties of shak. And so we hear it's very favorite to Mahaprabhu. Oh, wait, there's another quote here. Oh, yeah.
I jane prabhura santosha bada shake. Sachi Devi knows the Lord is greatly pleased by shak, preparations of leafy greens. Okay. Whatever bhakti Vinod obtains that is favorable to the service of Krishna, he accepts every day with the greatest joy. Joy.
Well, we're kind of running out of time here. I think I'll wait till next week to share some of my reflections. Suvasanti, do you have anything short you'd like to share from this song?
It's just like when you sing the song, so it brings so much joy, isn't it? So when you hear it, like this Bhakti Vinod expressing so much joy, and you also feel when you sing that, it's so happy, like, feeling that kind of, the mood is so nice. Sukhana Sima, it's like the happiness knows no limit. That's very nice phrase there, isn't it? Sukhana Sima, where is it?
Here it is. Charana Siddhu Dekhiya Ganga Sukha Nasima Pai.
My happiness has no limit. It's so well,
very happy song indeed. Well, does anyone else in our group today have anything they'd like to share? Some reflections on the songs we've been through today? Before we close. Let's see. What about Kirtida? What are your thoughts?
Dandavat, I am stunned of the beauty of the songs. Quite stunned. I would very much like to live like that, yes.
Yes, we can aspire, right? We can aspire.
Yes.
That's
Thank
what's
you.
so powerful. Oh, thank you, Kirtina, for sharing. That's what's so powerful, right? About sadhu sangha and shravan, kirtan, like hearing. It's awakening this desire, right? It's awakening an attraction. It's awakening a hunger within us that we didn't know that we had before. So yeah, it's touching a nerve, right? So that's why we have to keep regularly exposing ourselves, and it will become stronger within us, right? It will become stronger, that attraction. That is our wealth, to have that type of hunger and attraction for everything Krishna related, Mahaprabhu related.
Yes.
Right. Well, maybe we'll end right on time then. And welcome Ramananda Prabhu. Came in just in the last few moments.
Thank you, Shako Didi. Sorry, just spaced out.
No, I love it how our family they tune in. Even like yesterday, we had a devotee from Mauritius. He tuned in, and it was literally like in the last minute of the meeting, he tuned in. And I think it's so beautiful, they want to catch just one last moment. Even if it's just a minute, they want to be there. So I appreciate that. Thank you all so much for your wonderful association and for sharing this beauty. Thank you, Subhasini, for hosting. Hope you all have a beautiful week ahead, and see you next time. And we'll have our Bhagavad Gita meeting tomorrow, as long as that's fine with Marie still. So we look forward to that.
Thank you, Vishaka, for beautiful class. Very nice. Yeah.
Thank you, Vishaka Didi.
Thank you, Gangalila, for the beautiful shares.
Hare Krishna.
Vishaka.
Who was that? Oh, that was Dula. Was that Dula?
Yeah, my Tantrabads. Thank you so much.
Jai Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Shri Bhakti Jai all these devotees, sincere seekers ki Jai. Jai Subhasini ki Jai. See you all next time.
Shaka Didi ki jai.
Jai.
All the devotees ki jai.
Jai.